In one word, I'll ask you this, Brandon. One word, describe Kevin.
Selfish. I'm just no, amazing. Because I mean, Kevin did some things this year, and you know, he really gave credit where credit was due. You know, the year before he had D'Angelo running down and covering the punts, and this year he had me and D'Angelo running down. But I mean, he dropped the ball in places that I would be like, there's no way that the ball could drop there and then bounce right to us. Like, so he made us look. I mean, he would have great punts, but then he would make us look, you know, amazing. Like, did you see that guy down on the one? But the only reason why we could down on the one because the ball would bounce and then come right back to us.
Do you have some type of trick? I mean, did you ever anticipate being a two-time first-team All-American? That's
No.
pretty impressive.
I mean, my career started off kind of shitty. Sorry about that.
Leave it out.
I mean, our first bowl game down in Fort Worth, we were out there practicing, and I'll never forget the first day of practice. Coach D'Antonio, he yelled. He doesn't even know my name. He says, "Hey, number 47, you're done punting for the week." So I was like, "Oh." So from that time on, I was just like, "God, I suck." And I mean, I kind of took it as motivation to change. So, I mean, I kind of shot for this, but I didn't really think it actually happened.
Fair enough. Now, one word, Lamont, describe D'Angelo.
Character.
I'd have to concur.
He's just laid back all the time. He's usually quiet, but you know he's always got the wheels turning at all times. So, D'Lo, I would definitely describe him as a character. Like, you don't know what movie he's gonna make next, but he's gonna make one.
Brandon, we'll start with you. You come from Ohio State. You don't leave on the best of terms with Coach Tressel, but you come here. You know, you're from the area, and you have to be happy with you know how it's turned out. I mean, it's got to be gratifying for you that you know you're going to have the opportunity to play at the next level when you know maybe at one time maybe you didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah, when I first came down here, like you had asked earlier a question about Coach Kelly, like things that he's done. He really taught me that, you know, everybody does deserve a second chance. And, you know, that's just really, I really thank him for the opportunity. You know, I knew D'Angelo before I got down here. I knew a bunch of guys. I knew Lamont, actually. He was a former safety. Now he's a DN. But, you know, it's been real fun because everybody's treated me like I've been here since day one, since they started. So it's just been something, it's a humbling experience. And it's just, you know, I'm back home in Cincinnati around my family. So I've had a lot of family turn out to my games. A lot of my family has never really ever got to see me play until this year. So it was it's just a fun experience. We had a lot of fun, and it's something I'm just going to really miss.
All right, D'Angelo, we'll go to you. You're a versatile player. Like I said before, you played corner, you played safety. But a fun fact about you is that Pepper Johnson, 13-year NFL veteran, Super Bowl rings, so on and so forth. He's your uncle. What impact has Pepper had on your development as a player and as a person?
I think the impact that he had is just when we were younger, he just taught us, you know, to be tough and play the game like you should play it. And just when he was up in Cleveland one year, he brought us up to a game with my cousin Deontay. And I just saw how he was playing the game, and it just made me like, I want to be out there someday. And after that, it's just really up to me to do what I got to do. And like for the draft process, I'll be trying to get clues and answers from him, but he just told me, you know, go out there, wherever you go, just go out there and make a mark and just be quiet and play, and you'll get to where you want to be.
All right, now we'll go to you, Lamont. Now, you know, some of these guys have been Senior Bowl, they've been to Combine. You haven't been those places. Does that give you motivation? Does it inspire you to, you know, if you do get that opportunity to go to the NFL, are you confident that when you get there, you'll be able to show what you can do? And, you know, is it a challenge for you?
Yeah, it's like my life story. It's like why these guys say that I'm the workhorse. It's because no matter what, I'm going to grind, I'm going to show up, I'm going to work hard, and nobody has to tell me, you got to work harder, you got to try harder, because that's what I'm going to do every time. And that's how I've got to college, that's how I've got through life. Nothing's really been handed to me. Actually, all of us as a group, we came in, Coach D'Antonio was here. It was a learning experience, and then he leaves, and then we're trying to find out what our identity is. Coach Kelly comes in. He's talking about next man in, and we're like, what is that? So it's just a process that has continued my entire life, and that's why I'm the workhorse, and I just continue to grind. And when I get there, any team that picks me up, I'm just going to continue to do that, and they won't have to question, did we make the right choice?
All right, fair enough. Kevin, again, you're a kicker. Is there a difference?
Yeah, there is a big difference.
Can you explain that difference for us?
Kickers are a lot more weird, a lot smaller, and a lot more head cases. Punters are just a lot more big and athletic.
Hey, I'll give credit. He's athletic. I've seen him on the basketball court.
That's right.
Hubert is pretty athletic.
Kickers
I'll
are
give him
almost
that.
like Kevin Lavelle. I'll just kick him up. He's like 5'0", 50 pounds, and he tries to put weight on. I mean, yeah, there's a big difference between kickers and punters.
There's not a lot of kickers that get drafted every year. Do you feel as though maybe you have the opportunity to get drafted?
Yeah, I feel like I do, just based on what I've heard. But past experience shows that it may not happen. I mean, last year there was only one punter drafted. The year before there was 3. So you never know what's going to happen. So it's just a big waiting game. Just hoping that they get your name called.
Well, I'm telling you, it'll be worth any team's weight in gold because again, kickers don't get a lot of the credit. If they muff a punt, then everyone knows who you are. But if you're down inside of 10, like you said, other guys get credit. Maybe the kicker isn't appreciated as much, but I mean, you were just as important to the success of the university and the football team. Connor, to you, you have turned into like the media sensation over the past 3 months. I almost want to get your autograph.
No, you don't want that.
I mean, you've had NFL Network following you around. They're going to be at your house live for when you get drafted. What do you think about all that?
It's been a crazy process, man. It's been a whirlwind the last couple of months. I think, I got to give thanks to all these guys because I wouldn't be here without them, the coaches, everything. But what happened was I just trained hard up at Ignition after the season, really got my body right, tested out well at the Combine, did well at the Senior Bowl, and then had a great pro day. And have really got a lot of interest the last couple of months. So, I'm just kind of soaking it in, enjoying every moment of it, and just excited about Saturday.
Now, people they compare you to Mike Vrabel, long time New England Patriot, now current, Kansas City Chief linebacker. Athletically, I play with Mike Vrabel. I think you're head and shoulders above him athletically, in terms of being able to run, jump, things you can do like that. But I'm sure you've heard his football IQ is extremely high. Do you think you'll be able to get into a system and not just people say you look like him, running and athletically or whatever, but, do you think you can match him in terms of his football wit?
Well, I don't know yet. I've heard a lot of things about how smart he is. I hear he's calling out plays before they even ran and knowing, what everything's going on. So I've heard all about how smart he is as far as his football IQ. So that's kind of would be something I need to do. I've talked to Kansas City and talked to the Patriots, the 2 places he's been or where he's at now. And they've made the comparison, but they've warned me that it doesn't mean anything. I've got to go in there and I've got to learn everything. I think it would be awesome to maybe go to Kansas City and kind of be, look at him as a mentor. But we'll see what happens on Saturday.